A Living Nightmare. Chapter 1. This will have my commentary throughout the chapter. I was in the bathroom at school, sitting down on the toilet, humming a song. I had my pants on. I have never sat down on a public toilet with my pants on, only my skirt. I would be standing inside the bathroom for a little while looking at my phone. I'd come in near the end of English class, feeling sick. My teacher, Mr. Dalton, is great about things like that. He's smart and knows when you're faking and when you're being serious. He took one look at me when I raised my hand and said I was ill, then nodded his head and told me to go to the bathroom. I am pretty sure that a teacher wouldn't know the difference for the most part. He would have to know the kid really well. Throw up whatever's making you sick, darn, he said, then get your behind back in here. I wish every teacher was as understanding as Mr. Dalton. In the end, I didn't get sick, but still felt queasy, so I stayed on the toilet. I heard the bell ring for the end of class and everybody came rushing out on their lunch break. I wanted to join them, but knew Mr. Dalton would be angry if he saw me in the yard so soon. I doubt it. Sometimes, people throw up and feel better quickly. He doesn't get mad if you trick him, but he goes quiet and won't speak to you for a while, and that's almost worse than being shouted at. So, there I was, humming, watching my watch, waiting. Then I heard someone calling my name. Darren. Hey, Darren. Have you fallen in what? I grinned. It was Steve Leopard, my best friend. Steve's real last name was Leonard, but everyone called him Steve Leopard. And not just because the names sound alike. Steve used to be what my mom calls a wild child. He raised hell wherever he went, got into fights, stolen from stores. One day, he was still in a stroller, he found a sharp stick and prodded passing women with it, no prizes for guessing where he stuck it. That sounds pretty sexist. Of course, he was alluding to being poked in the behind. The author should have said the kid poked everyone he saw. He was feared and despised everywhere he went. But not by me. I've been his best friend since kindergarten, when we first met. My mom says I was drawn to his wildness, but I just thought he was a great guy to be with. He had a fierce temper and threw scary tantrums when he lost it, but I simply ran away when it happened and came back again once he'd calmed down. Steve's reputation had softened over the years. His mom took him to see a lot of good counselors who taught him how to control himself, but he was still a minor legend in the schoolyard and not someone you messed with, even if you were bigger and older than him. Oh, that's a warning sign if his mom had to take him to see a counselor. I know temper tantrums are normal for toddlers. Hey, Steve, I called back. I'm in here. I hit the door so he'd know which one I was behind. I would have come out of the stall and talked with him inside the bathroom depending on how long the conversation. If it was a long conversation, I would have moved out of the bathroom and into the hall. He hurried over and I opened the door. He smiled when he saw me sitting down with my pants on. Did you puke? He asked. No, I said. Do you think you're gonna? Maybe, I said. Then I leaned forward all of a sudden and made a sick noise. Blurred. But Steve Leopard knew me too well to be fooled. I guess the kid isn't a good actor then. Give my boots a polish while you're down there, he said, and left when I pretended to spit on his shoes and rub them with a sheet of toilet paper. Did I miss anything in class? I asked, sitting up. No, he said. The usual crap. Did you do your history homework? I asked. It doesn't have to be done until tomorrow, does it? He asked, getting worried. Steve's always forgetting about homework. That sounds like ADHD. The day after tomorrow, I told him. Oh, he said, relaxing. Even better. I thought. He stopped and frowned. Hold on, he said. Today is Thursday. The day after tomorrow would be Saturday. He's kind of slow. However, I had to reread the passage to get what was going on. Got you. I yelled, punching him on the shoulder. Oh, he shouted. That hurt. He rubbed his arm, but I could tell he wasn't really hurt. Are you coming out? He asked then. I thought I'd stay in here and admire the view, I said, leaning back on the toilet seat. Quit joking, he said. We were down 5-1 when I came in. We're probably 6 or 7 down now. We need you. He was talking about soccer. We play a game every lunchtime. My team normally wins, but we'd lost a lot of our best players. Dave Morgan broke his leg. Sam White transferred to another school when his family moved. And Danny Curtin had stopped playing soccer in order to spend lunch hanging out with Sheila Lee, the girl he likes. Idiot. I don't have to know all the names of his friends. I don't care about them. I'm our best forward. There are better defenders and midfielders, and Tommy Jones is the best goalkeeper in the whole school. But I'm the only one who can stand up front and score 4 or 5 times a day without fail. Okay, I said, standing. I'll save you. I've scored a hat-trick every day this week. It would be a pity to stop now. A hat-trick occurs in soccer when a player scores 3 goals, not necessarily consecutive in a single game. I know nothing about soccer, so I had to look up what was a hat-trick. I thought it was some type of fancy kick. We passed the older guys smoking around the sinks as usual and hurried to my locker so I could change into my cleats. I doubt there were kids smoking inside the bathroom. The teachers would notice right away. I prefer to think he was mistaken instead. I used to have a great pair, which I won in a writing competition. But the laces snapped a few months ago and the rubber along the sides started to fall off. And then my feet grew. The pair I have now are okay, but they're not the same. We were down 8-3 when I got on the field. It wasn't a real field, just a long stretch of grass with painted goalposts at either end. Whoever painted them was a total idiot. He put the crossbar too high at one end and too low at the other. Never fear, Hotshot Shot is here. I shouted as I ran onto the field. A lot of players laughed or groaned, but I could see my teammates picking up and our opponents growing worried. I made a great start and scored 2 goals inside a minute. It looked like we might come back to draw or win. But time ran out. If I'd arrived earlier, we'd have been okay, but the bell rang just as I was hitting my stride, so we lost 9-7. I don't care. As we were leaving the field, Alan Morris ran toward us, panting and red-faced. They're my 3 best friends, Steve Leopard, Tommy Jones, and Alan Morris. We must be the weirdest 4 people in the whole world, because only one of us, Steve, has a nickname. Look what I found. Alan yelled, waving a soggy piece of paper around under our noses. What is it? Tommy asked, trying to grab it. It's. Alan began, but stopped when Mr. Dalton shouted at us. You 4. Inside. He roared. We are coming, Mr. Dalton. Steve roared back. Steve is Mr. Dalton's favorite and gets away with stuff that the rest of us couldn't do. Like when he uses swear words sometimes in his stories. If I put in some of the words Steve has, I'd have been kicked out long ago. But Mr. Dalton has a soft spot for Steve because he's special. Sometimes he's brilliant in class and gets everything right, while other times he can't even spell his own name. Mr. Dalton says he's somewhat of an idiot savant, which means he's a stupid genius. Anyway, even though he's Mr. Dalton's pet, not even Steve can get away with showing up late for class. So whatever Alan had, it would have to wait. We trudged back to class, sweaty and tired after the game, and began our next lesson. Little did I know that Alan's mysterious piece of paper was to change my life forever. For the worse.